Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. An affair. Vent/rant/FML. My wife and I have been separated for a little over a month now. The problems started earlier this year before the COVID and have rapidly multiplied. We have never had a perfect relationship, but we tried and loved each other. Late last week I found out she has been having an affair for nearly 5 months. The guy she is seeing on the side also is in a long-term relationship. The other woman's kids reached out to me first and then she did. It was pretty devastating. I've got all the evidence in the world, pictures, recorded phone calls, multiple text messages and phone logs. But the pain and hurt I'm feeling is nearly unbearable. We were married 10 years and have 2 kids. I feel used, lied to, and that our family was neglected for her own selfishness. I'm not perfect, but I thought this was a 50-50 deal, not I'm just hurt and angry at her. She has no clue I know. How do I make it through this? She hasn't told the kids, she'd lose her job if her work found out. The affair is with a parent of a student in her class. Yes, she's a teacher. So many things are wrong about this. It is not your job to protect her from her actions. It is your job to protect yourself and your children. You should not tell the school, but if and when they learn, that is between her and them. I would urge you to set all emotions aside for now, especially as you strategize your divorce. Be Machiavellian. It is in your best interest that she remain employed between now and the end of the divorce. Then all alimony and custody decisions will be based on that salary. After? Who cares? That is all on her. Brother, I feel your pain. You're not alone and this is not your fault. Take the high road with this. Let her sort out her work issue, don't enhance the devastation. I'm sure someone at her work knows about this already. Take care of yourself. Love your children and don't exacerbate this. Be stoic in her presence and emotional in private. You will get through this. You're doing the right thing. No coming back from this as she obviously has no intention of ever telling you. You're gonna get a lot of tears and I'm sorry I love you blah blah blah. Don't fall for it. She's shown you who she is. Believe her. It'll be tough for a while but in time it gets better. I wish you well. I know how you feel firsthand. We didn't tell the kids about the affair. I don't plan on telling them. But if they ask about it when they become adults, I won't lie. Right now, you need to find an attorney to represent you and then file for divorce. And find out from your attorney what steps you should be taking next that are fitting for the divorce laws in your area. I'd also suggest finding a divorce group near you, perhaps through something like Divorce Care. Yeah, I'm looking into the divorce groups and I'm really happy with my attorney. My ex wanted to do everything on our own. She was really pushy about it, now I know why. Oh, and I forgot. The guy she is now with has herpes and is a long-term carrier. I'm not 100% sure if we've had sex since the affair, but I'm going to be tested anyway. I would have definitely told the school about this with proof. And definitely try to get custody. Ouch. Sounds like you should file for divorce. Don't know how old the kids are, but I wouldn't be afraid to tell them mom is a lying cheating whore. Yeah, I'm in the process of doing so. And I'm holding my tongue. I want to show the kids I'm better than her. My lawyer is sending her a letter about it. I don't get it. Rant. My ex and I are separated. She moved out a month ago and a couple weeks later I found out. The guy she has been seeing has a GF and it's been going on possibly for a year. I have phone records, voice recordings, pictures, and evidence of him in my house, but she still won't admit to any of it. I just don't get it. Why continue to lie? We are over, but why not just come clean and stop this? We have 2 kids together, I feel like I have to be able to trust her to raise my kids with. Tell the other guy's girlfriend. She has a right to know. She is who told me. Tell the guy's girlfriend. Have you seen an attorney, or have an appointment? This marriage is over. For you and your kids' sake, get away from this trashy adulteress. You and your kids deserve better. Edit, I just read a previous post of yours and you stated the AP was a student of hers. You have to tell his parents and the school board or officials. You could be complicit in her dirty secret if you do not disclose her sexual affair. Do it ASAP. Do not protect this horrid cougar. Good luck. It's a parent, not a student. Regaining control. Update. I thought it was appropriate to give an update. I had posted a week or two ago. I found out my wife was having an affair, which had been ongoing for at least 3 months. The other man's girlfriend of 6 years had reached out and contacted me about the affair. I confronted her wife. She denied everything. She moved out into her own place at the start of July. His car is often there, thanks to his ex-girlfriend for confirming the make, model and color. And no, I'm not a stalker. Her new home is off a main, busy road near the kids' school. Kids are 8 and 9. I have a lawyer. Okay, so there's the brief recap. The update, I'm starting to feel much better. I checked all the phone records, which are in my name. She's been talking to this guy for months, nearly a year, for hours each night. I sent these to my lawyer. I got my STD test back. It's negative, praying gesture. I ran a background check on him. He's a felon. Has recent charges of assault on a female. Really overall crappy person. Other than being mildly worried about the kids' safety, I feel a lot better. I have the kids most of the time. They are doing better. I got them their own cell phone to call and talk to me. I have 2 businesses I've dived into. My ex discouraged me for years to pursue them. I work full time. She wanted me to spend that extra time doing stuff for her, but since I have that freedom now, the side hustles are really thriving. I sell books on Amazon and own 3 vending machines. I also joined a Zoom divorce group. I highly recommend finding something similar if you are going through any kind of divorce. I feel really good. I get sad and depressed sometimes, but I'm embracing the emotions. I'm not running from it or trying to stay overstimulated. I want to feel and heal, and I think that's slowly happening. Thanks for the encouragement and support. Keep killing it, dude. If you haven't started, get on a good weight training program. It's amazing how much better you feel after just a couple of weeks of lifting. Yeah, I have a gym membership, but the gyms are closed right now, but I can still do so at home stuff. Thanks for the great suggestion. I am so happy to hear that, but don't be surprised if she doesn't come crawling back to you with tears. Tell me, how much interaction do the kids have with the felon? Right now she has hidden it completely from them. He comes when they go to bed and they lock the door. How is she denying it? You have actual proof. Is she still denying it after you moved out and filed for divorce? Is she blaming you for breaking up the marriage even though it's her fault? She is saying it was a sinking ship, and I felt that way up until the point I learned about this. And yeah, I've got everything I need to prove everything. How do I work on myself, and get myself into a place where I am ready for a healthy relationship? I'm coming out of a 10-year marriage where my spouse had an affair. I'm only about 3 months removed, but I've been on several dates and slept with 4 different women. I've been open and honest with them, but I know 2 were looking for more and I'm not ready for that. I know I've hurt them and that's the absolute last thing I want right now. I'm not trying to be that guy or hurt anyone, but I'm not ready for anything deep right now. I feel absolutely disgusted with myself for it. I just don't see a solution where I'm ever going to be ready for a relationship again. I know this sounds stupid being 3 months, but I can already tell trust is going to be a long-term relationship issue. I'm using sex to give myself coincidence, vomiting face. I've never been that guy. I've been faithful to the same girl for the last 10 years. I feel so utterly broken. I deleted all my dating profiles, I just get so lonely. Anyone know any good books or self-help stuff? Start exercising. Take care of your body. It makes you happier in your head. Exercise secretes endorphins that make you happier. Tests have started on this in my country where depressed people have tried to exercise instead of taking antidepressant medication. And those who trained came back better than those who went on medicine. You're ready when you stop looking. In that I mean you take this time to work on yourself. Figure yourself out. Be happy being alone and independent. Be a complete person, none of this you complete me bullshit. Also the big lesson isn't trust. It's easy to trust a new partner. It's remembering the red flags and toxic traits the ex had and nipping it in the bud before it gets too late or walking away if they cheat. Life is about growing. And that's not always painless. Go join a gym. Get some acquaintances through it. Go join a book club or wine tasting club. Get out and be among people, when you can. Having the kids full-time can put a damper on that. You will have to push yourself to try trusting someone. Be open about the trust issue and work together on it. Alternatively, wait for long till you feel confident enough to trust someone. It will take time, effort and an understanding partner to fix things. Update number 2: recently separated. Post-separation. Everyone said she would eventually try to get back with me. So, I have the kids. I filed for full custody and I have them until we go to court. Her lawyer is trying to find some kind of compromise, but they are here with me full time. If you haven't read my other posts, my ex had an affair, moved in with the other man, who moved out on his 6-year GF, and hid that he was living there from the kids. She finally admitted to having the affair, but not until I gathered pictures, audio and every kind of evidence you can imagine. Seeing the phone records hurt the most. This had gone on for some time. I'm not hurting as much as I was. I'm actually thankful for her actions. They've helped me move on. The other guy is a felon. He got arrested 2 weeks ago for something stupid, has sold drugs, which she admitted on a recorded call, and he made threats toward me on my voicemail, with his ex-GF crying in the background. He really messed up things for her. I've had the kids for about 2 weeks. I can tell she is a mess and I think he may finally be out of the picture. She's been inviting me to dinner and trying to get me to stay when I bring the kids over to see her. I take them to see her but don't allow overnights. I think she's trying to repair what she broke. She's backtracked some about the affair and now, again, saying they were just friends. The kids also found out he had been staying with her. This guy made a couple TikToks overnight at her house. I should write him a thank you card. He's an absolute idiot. I still deep down love her. I miss her companionship. I hate having the kids full time and her not getting overnights. It breaks my heart for them and her. I know they are safe with me, so I'm not even hesitant to alter it. Is this going to continue, her trying to get back with me? Should I shut it down? Should I give her another chance? Is she playing me to get the kids back? My fear is we go back to 50-50 and the guy moves back in. Then it'll be harder to get the kids away again. Any updates? So yes, I have not gone back to her. We've been communicating more and she has sent a couple late night texts. About 5 days ago I called and the boyfriend, who she has claimed was out of the picture, was talking in the background and so was his daughter. I know his voice pretty well from the previous voicemails he left. My kids were doing great, but my ex and I agreed, at the urging of both lawyers, to come to a temporary custody agreement. My legal fees are ridiculous. I paid nearly $2,500 last alone. She's going to be keeping the kids part of this week. I do need her help, whether it's watching the kids or money for childcare. I'm debating hiring a buy just to ensure this man isn't hanging around while the kids are there. I know the kids want to see their mom and stay with her, but just from talking with them on the phone I can tell it's caused issues emotionally. Another wonderful update. Number 3. Rant. Quick recap. So my wife of 10 years, soon to be ex-wife, had an affair in March. I wasn't exactly sure when it started, but seemingly it began in January. She lied about the entire thing, of course. The other man had a girlfriend of 5 years, was abusive to her, and a felon. And when she moved out, she immediately moved into a new apartment with him. We have a 9-year-old and a 8-year-old, girl and boy, in that order. What caught me as extremely odd was that the kids didn't know he was living there. They'd go to bed, he'd come home, her door would be locked throughout the night, and in the morning he'd either leave before they awoke or the kids would not be allowed in her room. I got a lawyer quickly involved, had custody of the kids for a month until she agreed to no longer have the man live there, and eventually were able to transition back to split custody. Now for the update. Man face palming. She's pregnant. The other guy starting texting me last night, man face palming, he's her downfall. He admitted to the entire affair with dates, which my lawyer needed. Gave ample evidence she was cheating for a long time before him, and provided pictures that he was staying overnight while the kids were there. They apparently had broken up for good and he was attempting to get back at her. The picture he sent me was from a video of them having sex with times and dates. Nothing was shown in the picture except clearly their faces and times, but it was obvious from looking at the bottom. He had paused the video and screenshotted it, and if you zoomed into the clip area at the bottom you could tell what it was: man face palming. Should I even mention any of this to her? Maybe she doesn't know about him recording her. Part of me feels terrible for her, but my main concern is yet again my kids. I'm going to have a long conversation with my lawyer tomorrow. If he is no longer there, I'm okay with split custody, but regardless she has been lying. I'm terrified at my kids' reaction to the pregnancy. They don't understand she's had an affair. I've got a feeling she is about to lose her job as a teacher. She had an affair with my parent and prior to that a senior staff member, which the other guy revealed to me. The funny thing is, as far as I'm concerned, I'm doing fantastic. If not for COVID, probably a lot better. I'm dating again, going to the gym 3 to 4 times a week, being a great dad and rekindling a lot of old friendships. I'm having plenty of sex. Turns out being a 36-year-old dad, with a dad bod is somehow a thing? Man shrugging, it's not the best time of my life, but honestly it's one of them. Update number 4, 10-month mark. Update. It's been a while since I've posted an update. A lot of my hurt and pain are gone. I've even dated some. My ex and I now have split custody and have worked out a solid custody agreement. The ex wasn't pregnant, or at least didn't stay pregnant. You might want to read through my old posts if you haven't. I think the new BF, who my ex-spouse left me for, came back into her life. She's continued to lie about it, but I've accepted that I can't control that. I think it's important the kids have their mom in their lives. She doesn't call much when I have them. I'm pretty sure he gets most of her attention, so I've given in for the kids and given up any aspiration of full custody. Maybe when they get older they will want that, but right now I feel that it's important they get to see their mom at least half the time. The issue of him being a felon is scary. I'm not afraid of the guy. I feel like he's a coward. I'm afraid of something happening and my kids being scarred. It's terrifying, but I have to live with it. My attorney was great until she wasn't. She honestly hasn't been much help after the initial first couple months. I know I'm ranting, I should post more. For me, I still am hurting. I'm better, but there will be some deep underlying pain for a while longer. I might always have to live with it. I was completely in love with my wife for so long. I wasn't a perfect husband, but I was a really good one. I'll always be proud of that. I work nights now as well. I've worked out my custody agreement to where I have the kids when I'm off. I work for a hospital system, so it's a hospital schedule. 3 to 4 12-hour shifts. It's nearly perfect for 50-50. I've honestly come to the conclusion I probably won't meet anyone new until my kids are teenagers. It's really hard. I'm lonely sometimes, but I want to focus on them. I honestly don't have time to waste on a woman, talking, dating and such. That's my kids' time. It feels bittersweet and part of me is jealous. My ex-spouse is probably hitting the 1.5 year mark in her new relationship. Only being separated for 10 months from me. Go figure, right? It's funny. I see a lot of my parents' divorce in my ex and me. My dad moved on super fast. Connected with an old flame and started over. Even moved out of state. My mom worked on herself and didn't date for years. It's been nearly 15 to 16 years and now my dad is living with my younger brother. Completely regret leaving my mom and broke. My mom is remarried, incredibly happy and making incredible money. I've learned a lot about myself this year. I like myself again. I really enjoy going to the gym and I found a lot of friendships I didn't know I had. It's still hard but it's got better. Congratulations on your progress. The only thing that worries me is the felony part. Your kid's safety should be the priority no matter what. If he is no longer in the picture then it's a moot point. You would know the situation better than an internet stranger. Lol. Have you ever gotten some IC for yourself, if only a few sessions? Don't count yourself out on the relationship thing just yet. Let things develop naturally and organically. You might make a few female friends and even some FWBs that understand your commitment to your kids. You are a good-looking man and dad bods are in right now, lol. Also, a man that's a good father to his kids is catnip to a lot of women. It's good that you have your parents' divorce as a guide. Your situation will eventually mirror your mom's, but please don't wait years to get back out there. You might want to look into one of those co-parenting apps for you and the ex. I hear they are great and keep custody organized and physical interaction low and civil. Also, third parties, lawyers, therapists, grandparents etc. can be given access. Is your ex still employed as a teacher? If you two are sharing custody, wouldn't it be best to expose her? You probably should discuss that with a lawyer, preferably a new one. Congrats again on your progress. It's only been 10 months. Imagine where you will be in 10 more months, 3 years, 5 years, etc. Salute to you, sir. So yeah, I don't know what happened with the dad bod craze, but I've definitely used that to my advantage. Casual dating and FWBs is very time consuming. And if it only lasts a month or two, it feels like a waste of time in the end. I'd rather put the time investment into me. You used the information he gave you and she allowed him back into her life? I mean, isn't it obvious where the info came from? If she knows and let him back in. OMG, wow. Yeah, she definitely did. He sent me pictures of them having sex. I heard early on people don't cheat with a higher quality partner. They cheat with someone who is available. Wait. Are you divorced or to be divorced? It is a bit confusing really. North Carolina, where I live, makes you wait 12 months after separation to divorce. Your biggest problem would be when her fantasy gets shattered with this felon and she will try crawling back to you and you will have the urge to succumb. At that moment, stick to your guns. Don't put this poisonous snake back on your neck you removed after so much effort. Always remember that. I have nightmares about this. Not happening. Nobody talks about the trauma. Rant. So my ex-wife had an affair. I've come to terms with it, but lately I've had these intense dreams about her and the guy. It's been a regular thing for a month or two. Definitely more so by definition nightmares, but I feel it deep. I don't think the traumatic efforts of infidelity are discussed enough. Nothing about this whole thing is fair. At the end of the day, I'm left picking up the pieces and she is off enjoying her new life. I've been pretty down about stuff lately, man shrugging. Does anyone else have nightmares? I read somewhere it was normal. Thank you for this post. Nobody really talks about the trauma and it feels like nobody cares to know. It happened 14 months or so ago, it's still so fresh for me. My whole life fell apart. Moved continents, couldn't work, sleep schedule went whack, depression. I don't talk to anyone anymore, no trust, no faith, utterly deflated. I still think about him even if I don't want to. I've been reduced to crying at 3 a.m. and praying no one hears me. I used the pandemic as an excuse to stop seeing friends and barely see family. This might just be the worst time of my life, and more traumatic and insidious for me than any abuse I've experienced. I make it a point that I don't talk about it. I don't mention it. I push it down and try not to notice how raw and broken I still feel. How it corrodes me on the inside. It's honestly traumatizing. It's the emotional equivalent of drinking battery acid. I desperately try not to ask where's the meaning in this or why this happened, anyway nothing but the silent night answers me. When I read the title I just started crying. I broke down because this was the first time in a while I felt truly seen and understood regarding the whole issue. On a Reddit thread at that. So thanks for this. This was needed more than I can anticipate. Thank you for seeing and naming the trauma that nobody cares to do. I wish this wasn't a 4 a.m. post, but I'm glad someone else understands. It's reassuring. Thanks. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night. Wherever you are.